taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take a new song. And you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as
boys and girls, it's a good day to be a 1/18 scale fan or 3 3/4 inch fan, because Hasbro is little by little re-releasing some of their older stuff, and I got 5 of them right away when I got the email notification for pre-orders for the G.I. Joe vintage stuff. I flipped. I jumped on it, and the only reason why I have 5 is because I was only able to get 5, because as soon as these guys came up, they went sold out quickly. If you haven't figured it out, it's Ben from That Damn Figure Show, your host with the most, and it's a happy day for me. I couldn't wait, so I opened up these 2 as soon as I got them. So we have here on your left, we have Robert Grunt Graves, and on your right we have Lonzo Stalker Wilkinson, and that is amazing. And of course you have Roadblock, you have Storm Shadow, and you have Snake Eyes. So that's gonna be I'm gonna have so much fun opening these up. I opened these guys up already, so their articulation's a little bit similar. These 2 gents are a little bit younger than these 2, so their articulation's a little better. I'll get into that when we get into the review, but I'm gonna do all these guys at the same time, so you stay tuned for that. Hold on one second. Now I probably bit off a little more I can chew with that. Sorry about the cut, but it had to be done. These guys have a lot of accessories. It's unbelievable. I used to collect these when I was a kid. Got a little older, got into the 112 stuff, and like I said in the beginning of this channel, I just one day just bought one of these Hiya Toys Predators. I got excited about 1/18 scale stuff, 3.75 inch scale stuff, and I just fell hook, line, and sinker. And everyone who does a channel like this is always going to talk about the G.I. Joes. The G.I. Joes, as most people would have probably started with G.I. Joes, or probably like the Star Wars vintage stuff. But my goodness, I probably went a little bit overboard, but I got so hyped buying these guys. These are the ones I really, really wanted. I made sure to get 2 like modern era ones ish, because their articulation's a little better, and I'll get into that right now. And it's just it's so much fun. Like Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes look great. Now the only issue is the with the older ones up here, especially Roadblock, is the articulation. They just have more options. Like for example, if you look here, by the way, I put all their accessories on them or near them. As you can see, they especially Storm Shadow, he comes with so much, and he also comes with parts to make him look different, which is awesome. So Mr. Wilkinson right here has all his accessories, and if you look closely, he has a thigh swivel, and that is a big deal when it comes to the older figures. They don't have them. That's why he's amongst the wow, this one, I had straightened it out before, but it's not anymore, so I gotta warm that up. But they have this thigh swivel that makes them, you could pose them better. It looks better. Some of their legs look wonky, and I'll show you that with Dutch, because I feel like it's more noticeable. Dutch with Roadblock. So with Roadblock, if you look at his legs, he cannot, swerve. So he is really hard to get him in certain positions, but this is exactly why they made them like this guy, so you could, have that kind of articulation. I cannot wait to see what Haya Toys is gonna do, because as you guys know, well, if you didn't, this will be news for you guys. Haya Toys has acquired the license to do GI Joe. Now, what GI Joe? I don't know. I'm wondering if it's the movie, because that's gonna be cool, because then I guess the head sculpts will match the actors. But even if it's just, you know, the regular GI Joe cartoon stuff, it's gonna look hot. It's just gonna look fantastic once. Can you imagine like Roblox as, Haya Toys? It's gonna be amazing. Even though this is amazing, like look at this. This is awesome. I probably, thinking about it now, I probably should have did a review for each of these guys, because it's just awesome. But yeah, that's how the articulation is for them. Let me take it off, because since he's the worst articulated one, we'll use him because they're all better than him. Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow have the same issue with the thigh, but they do have toe pivot. Not toe pivot, but their ankles can, maneuver around. Roblox can't, as you can see. He's supposed to be a solid, big guy. So this is what we have for now. So this looks amazing. So of course he has great splits. The GI Joes tend to have great splits. He's not double jointed. I think the rest of them are. We'll get into that. And he has a decent elbow bend. Yeah, it has a decent one, about 90 or a little less than 90. Yeah. Head sculpt looks amazing. Like, you guys know I like to take head sculpts and swap them, but this is one of the figures that are unswappable, because you could take the head off. I'm not saying you can't do it, but why would you? The figure is aesthetically, it's a perfect figure aesthetically. If you're gonna be doing toy photography, you can still do that stuff too. I'm a firm believer of working with the figure. Figures themselves will have their own unique things that they could do, even if they have poor articulation. And as you guys saw, I had them in a T-pose. Also, all the other GI Joes all have articulation on the wrist. The only thing Roblox has is a swivel. So he's supposed to be a big, strong guy, and having the heavy weapons as he does. He has his high caliber 50 caliber gun on his back, and he has the other gun I just took off. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, look, he has this baby, which is awesome. Reminds me of the Stoner from Call of Duty. But yeah, I like this gun a lot too. I'm definitely gonna paint these up just to make it look more realistic. But it does look good. It looks fantastic. So that's Roblox. That's how he tends to, be. I've seen some awesome customs. Like, I do want to kind of repaint the pants, and the green is like too cartoony for me. So I might just repaint some of these guys. Definitely Roblox will be the first one that I'm gonna do. So let's get into these two have the same exact identical articulation, but let me just show you that the legs on these guys, you could even got the ankle rocker on them too. I don't know. Yeah, there you go, on the red you can see it. But none of these guys have that. I wish they did, but these are more modern than the other three, and it's awesome. I'm so excited. I'm sorry if I'm like stuttering, but it's so much fun to have these guys, especially like Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. Like, they have such a plethora of accessories. It's amazing. So this is Snake Eyes. I put all his stuff on him. There's a lot of reviews on this guy, and it's oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm just appreciating the head sculpt. It looks amazing. Now, what I could do with Snake Eyes is I could take that head and put it on anything else, and so I could just evolve him as a character, but he does not need that. Maybe if I bought another one of these two and painted it all black just so I can have the same articulation, I probably would. But my god, it looks so nice. Look at that. Yeah, I have a Snake Eyes. I always wanted to own a Snake Eyes figure. Yeah, he has a bunch of stuff. So about the articulation, it's similar to Roblox minus the ankle. So like even Snake Eyes has, a pivot. Doesn't have an ankle rocker, but he does have, you could swerve it. You could put him on his toes and such. Same thing for Storm Shadow. He's the exact same. I'm gonna bring him into. Oh crap! I knocked out his weapon. I'm gonna put that back on camera. Yeah, and yeah, and you know what, folks? This was under $20. I think it was $16 on Big Bet Toy Store, and they got them fairly quick. Like, I thought this was gonna come much later, even though it said like June. But you know how like when you pre-order figures, how that is. You pre-order and then it says June, but then you get it in July or something like that. So yeah, this guy is fantastic. Got the nice stand here, which I'm not a fan of. Certain stands, these are nice. I like these stands, but lately I've been like trying to retrofit some of my figures to fit other stands. And this is Storm Shadow, but I need to grab him from the base so I could show you all of his accessories that I'm able to fit on him. There are chosen ones out there that were able to get all of his accessories on. You see his kunai, you see his size, you see his bow, his arrow. He only comes with one arrow. Everything else there is just, aesthetics. He has his 2 blades. And in his hands, I put the 2 shurikens. Looks awesome. And I guess I'll show you off camera right here on the side. We have all his other accessories. He has the fan, the extra belt, and he has the belt that he can wrap around his chest, his torso. He has extra accessories, has climbing accessories there as well. I didn't find those as interesting as the ones I put on, so that's how I like it. And his articulation is exactly the same as Storm Shadow's. So there are other versions that I hope they're gonna release where they're gonna have the thigh swivel, and I will definitely get that. I needed to have these guys in my collection. I really dig that they were here. I've always wanted to pair these guys with Predators, as you saw in the the video earlier, and as well as you're gonna see in the size comparison. So that is it for these guys. I already went over his accessories. They have so much. They come with so much. So like Grunt here, I think Grunt and Wilkinson is my favorite. Him by default, because I always wanted to own this figure, and the rock version I wish I could own as well. But I'm happy. These 2 I have to say are the best ones. You could probably buy a bunch of these guys and do some head swaps and just repaint these guys accordingly, however you like. You could definitely army build with these, and the Cobra guys too. I should have got the Cobra guys. I saw they went back on sale. The Cobra guys, the Grunts, they're regular soldiers. They have really nice head sculpts. Like they have kind of like a half face mask covering, and they look fantastic. You get a bunch of them and like just army built with them. But yeah, like Grunt comes with a bunch of stuff, and so does Wilkinson as well. I put it all on them. He comes with that gun on the side. Sorry, but yeah, it's kind of hard to see. And they both come. They're identical. They're exactly identical, just different paint and different head sculpt and different weapons. But their articulation is exactly the same. I think these 2 are definitely my favorite ones. And just for the sake of, since we already know how tall these guys are amongst each other, let's get in for a size comparison. William, let's do this. Now I guess we could put them here, and then we'll do the Hiya Toys Predator first edition, first version of their first bucks, if you will. We always call these guys bucks. The species is called the Yautja on the lore. I'm a little bit of a geek when it comes to that. So this is the first version of the Jungle Hunter. And the G.I. Joes are closer to 4 inches, just below. Except for Grunt. Grunt's head is gigantic. But yeah, they're around 3.75, 4 inches. That's how they look with each other. Oh, sorry, Roadblock. Don't hurt him. Roadblock, I think he's the same size, which is not good. This Predator's supposed to be like, well, he's like almost 7 foot tall too. But He's supposed to be like 7'5" or something like that, so maybe like right here, this will be more accurate. But yeah, this is how Roadblock looks next to him. Make sure it's nice and fair, have him standing like that. And everyone definitely is going to want to see Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, so let me just position them accordingly. Snake Eyes, my Snake Eyes, has a hard time standing without his stand, so I'll just put him, hold him up, and let me get this guy too, Storm Shadow. All right, there we go. Look at that. Make sure they put feet to feet so you guys can see. This is a little closer to how it should be. Predator is 7+ tall. All right, let's get rid of this version of the Predator, and let's go with one of the modern ones. This is Celtic Battle Damaged, and he is a brute. He looks like a brute. Let's start with what we already have. Yeah, as you can see, he's definitely a brute, and I have him a little crouched too. Let me just fix him straight up for you, make him look up nice and tall so you can really appreciate the size. There you go, folks. That looks better for your collection. Nice and imposing Predator to go with your G.I. Joes if you like. Let's get Roadblock. Roadblock deserves his own little time with him. He could probably try his best to match the Predator. He'll die, but he can try. Yep. Roadblock is a giant man. So that's my reasoning for him being almost as tall as a Predator. Alright, let's get Grunt and Wilkinson. Look at this. See? This looks better. These two guys look great. You could definitely, if you want, army build with these guys. Like I said, paint them up, paint them all black if you want, and then just go along with it. Do whatever colors you want. You could base coat it with some Mod Podge, and then you get along with that. All right, let's remove one of my favorites, and now let's get into some Joy Toy action, will ya? All right, here we go. Rigo, almost everyone's favorite of last year. This looks, he already looks cool next to them. So let's go with Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. And I have to say, Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, around $16-20. Rigo right here is $36, rounded off to 40. The only thing Rigo really has over these two and all the other ones is paint apps and articulation. And detail, obviously. But these guys have pretty good detail for being under $20. And that looks amazing. Roadblock is gigantic. Roadblock is just super imposing next to Rigo. That looks cool. This is fun. I hope you guys are enjoying. This is really, really fun. I'm so happy I got a Roadblock. He looks amazing. He's looking good. And let's get our two beginners that we started the video with. When I got these guys in the mail, they were the first two I opened, as you guys saw. Their articulation is much better. And if you are a good, talented painter, customizer, you can make these guys look just as good as a Joy Toy. I agree with that so strongly. If you're really like, can you imagine like I've seen some of Skelly's work. Skelly does some good shit. Check out his Instagram. He usually shows off his customs on his Instagram, and it's amazing. They look fantastic. There's a whole bunch of places you could go. There was an old website, I'm not sure if it's still around, called figurerealm.com. They had a lot of customs. That whole website was just about customs. Sometimes you could even buy the figures. The person who customized will have, the links for, like, if you want to purchase the custom. Rigo looks fantastic with these guys if you want. Let's go with an Acid Rain. Now, the Acid Rain is the highest end of the highest end. There is another company that makes these like cyborg looking guys that Awesome Action Toys. I forgot the name of them, but those are super high, and I think the figures are like $60 or something. But let's go with Acid Rain right here. And aesthetically, aside from the head sculpt, you could just tell like Acid Rain is a enjoy toy. Pairing them with these guys is I think it's important for people to see, because when I would see reviews in the past, not many people would compare all of them. There's a few guys now who do, and I really enjoy that they're putting like a variety of different companies, so you could see, like, because if you buy one, you're in hopes that at least it can match with the others, and to me this doesn't match, but they're not supposed to. It's two different companies, but you could tell this is, you know, a very expensive figure and by comparison, but it does look great, and I think they're gonna look better paired off with Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Oh my god, right off the bat, looks fantastic. And since they have mask-ons, a little bit more believable that they could be paired together. But again, look at the limbs, how long and exaggerated, oh sorry, kick the camera, how exaggerated the limbs are for Acid Rain. I mean, the legs are fine, it's the arms that are really long, which, you know, if you guys looked at the art and the storyline for it too, like the comics, the online comic and stuff, that's exactly how they're drawn. So these are more like comic book accurate figures. All right, and even Roadblock is gonna make this guy look small. So look at that, awesome. That looks fantastic. I am ecstatic about this. Let's see, let me get a custom, one of my customs that I did. This is a Carl Weathers head sculpt that I got from Star Wars, which you guys saw, that was the last review I did. And this is a Halo Infinite Marine, along with my custom Star Wars figure. Try to make it not look like a Star Wars figure. I think it came out looking great. This is I think this is Hermione. Yeah, this is Hermione's head sculpt. So that's how big a female Star Wars figure is. The base is Bo-Katan. Now I'm gonna move this guy out the way because that wasn't what that was for. So here you go. He's huge. Oh my god. Roadblock is gigantic. Jesus. He's gigantic. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's comical how big he is. Alright, so that's not gonna work. Alright. I don't want to use the stands either. So we'll do this. We'll compromise. Here you go. Here's Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes looking nice. Paired up with these two. That looks good. See, this is, I think they're the same, these two, the Star Wars and G.I. Joe, I think they're made from the same company. So I think that's why they look so good together. But yeah, that's Snake Eyes. We're gonna go with Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow could stand a little bit better on his own than. Look at that. Let me put him shoulder to shoulder. Looks great. Looks fantastic. Like I said before, for, you know, pairing with your Predators, the G.I. Joes and the Star Wars and the Halo Marines are going to be perfect to pair with them. All right, and for our boys that can stand on their own, let's get Grunt back. Put y'all the center stage, and we'll end it with a Xenomorph coming in with them. All right. And I have to say that the G.I. Joes and the Star Wars figures and the Halo guys are a little bit more durable than some of the other figures, because I've dropped some completely shattered joints definitely more durable than Haya toys. And so look at that. This is a nice plastic free-for-all right here. This looks amazing. That looks so fun. That looks so fun. I'm gonna leave these guys the way they are and bring in a xenomorph. You know, the xenomorph, it has to be the standard, the definition, the bar. I'm gonna bring in the grid alien, the strongest of the warrior drones. Guess that is correct to say strongest. And this is how he's gonna compare. That looks fantastic. You could do with this what you want. It's gonna work however you like it. And if you're a talented customizer, you could work wonders. I'm gonna keep repeating that because I feel like some people just need a little push to do, what they want. They're thinking about it. Just do it. You're gonna have fun. It's good for your mental health. So nice. That looks good. Let's get Storm Shadow. More and more, I'm liking Storm Shadow more than any of them. Storm Shadow, you're in trouble. Don't cut him, because that's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt him. Let's get Snake Eyes. Really gonna work on how they could stand on their own. But yeah, Snake Eyes looking crisp. Looking crisp. You two, Snake Eyes, do not try to cut him, because that's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt him. This guy could probably throw this xenomorph around. Nah, just kidding. You know what the xenomorph would do to Roadblock? Oh, this looks fantastic. Yeah, Roadblock is definitely the one I want to paint the most. Just the clothing. Want to make it look a little bit more realistic. Probably weather it down. That's what I'm probably gonna do. Give it a wash, paint wash. But yeah, everyone, that was it for this review. Maybe I should have done them separate since it took a while, but I hope you guys enjoyed. This was the latest release. These are re-releases to how it's depicted on Big Bad Toy Store. These are re-releases, so they're still up for grabs. Some of them came back into restock. So if you enjoyed what you saw and you're like, oh shit, I gotta get it now, because they're getting sold out quick. So just jump on that. This is your host with the most with That Damn Figure Show. Out. Peace, everybody.